Hello, my name is Leanne Martin. This video is for the Picturing Language assignment for language acquisition course at Regent University. In this video, I will be showcasing a technique by Carolyn Thompson called Picturing Language. It will go over drawing out 6 scenes of text to help anchor, as Carolyn would say, the text to images to help better understand the words. We will be using a story called The Warning, which I believe was also written by Carolyn Thompson. If it was not written by her, it was utilized in some of the material that she has used. So first, I'm going to read part of the story. I'm going to draw out 6 scenes from the part that I've chose, and then I'm also going to show a word map that will dive a little bit deeper into some meaning behind one of the words that's used in these 6 scenes. The Warning. Ronnie drove into the parking lot and waved hello to the guard. He liked the airplane factory. Ronnie walked into the big building. He went to his small desk and put down his keys. He was surprised to see a note. The note was from Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns wanted to see Ronnie right away. Ronnie walked back out of the door and across the parking lot. What did Mr. Burns want to see him about? Maybe it was because Ronnie had called in sick the day before. The people were always so nice on the telephone when Ronnie called in sick. Nobody seemed to mind if he missed work. At least nobody had said anything about it. So in Carolyn's method, she starts with just 6 scenes so that it's not overwhelming. You could draw out the whole story if you wanted to, but just honing in on 6 scenes. So hopefully you can see this well enough on the video. But I'm going to be drawing 6 squares to represent 6 scenes. If this were a paper, you would just divide it up like this, like how I have done in my assignment. So you have the 6 different scenes. The reason why I chose to actually record this portion as well is I think that drawing it out and talking about it was so much more of the exercise or the idea of picturing language than just handing a sheet already done. This is an interactive assignment or method to help, again, anchor, as she says, these words to an image. So to start with, the first thing is when Ronnie drove into the parking lot and waved hello to the guard. He liked the airplane factory. So here's my image. I have Ron. Here's my car. I have Ron driving, waving, smiling. Okay. He's waving, and who's he waving at? Okay, yes, he's waving at the guard. Okay, yay. Hi, what a friendly guy. What a friendly guy to wave. Maybe he's so excited he's waving with both hands. Okay. And where's he driving into? He's driving into the parking lot. So there's my parking spaces. But while Ronnie's driving in there, what is Ronnie thinking about? Well, Ronnie likes his job. What's his job? Well, he works at an airplane. There's my little airplane factory. Okay, I'm just going to draw a building like that with maybe some smokestacks. So Ronnie's driving into work, into the parking lot. He waves at the guard, and as he's waving at the guard, he's thinking, man, I like my job here at the airplane factory. Okay? So Ronnie parks his car, assuming he parks, and he gets out of the car and he's going to go into the airplane factory. So he's gone from driving into the parking lot to now he's going into the factory. And we can draw him happy, walking in, happy day, right? He's walking into the factory. Scene 3, then Ronnie, there he is, he's happy right now, goes into his office and he puts down his keys, okay, onto his little desk. So there's my keys. Okay, he sets them down on his desk. And then he noticed something, right? He was surprised with what he found, okay? He found a note on his desk, okay? He was surprised. He looked at this note. He found that note on his desk, okay? Oh, we should maybe put it back here. It was on his desk. He didn't notice it yet, though, did he? But it was there. And he noticed it, and he reads it. Uh-oh, Mr. Burns wants to see you. So he's reading this, and he's confused. It says, see me, right? Ooh, he's confused. So Ron leaves the building. There's that same factory, the airplane factory, okay? And he walks across the parking lot. And now his face is a little different. Let's say he's still got that note in his hand. Doesn't say he does or not, but I'm sure he's kind of holding on to this like, what's happening? And he's still confused, isn't he? Now, I don't know if Mr. Burns' office is in a separate building. My guess is he could have gone outside to catch some fresh air. He could have gone outside because he had to walk across. He could have gone outside to ponder whether or not he should actually go. We don't know, but we do know that he went outside, and while he's outside and crossing the parking lot, he's kind of scratching his head here. It doesn't say he's scratching his head, but we know he's not sure what's happening, because whenever he had called in, so we have Ron, here's a little phone, he's calling in, right, we have somebody over here answering the phone, little phone on the head, okay, let's give this person some curly hair, and she's smiling, okay, and maybe she says, maybe we have a thought within a thought. So he's singing this, and maybe she's saying, hearts, hearts, right? Feel better. Right? Because they didn't seem to mind. He was confused. Maybe it's because I called in, right? But they didn't seem to mind. They were always so nice when I called in. So I'm confused about that. Rightfully so. So the word that I chose for the word mapping was the word mind. In the sentence, it says, nobody seemed to mind if he missed work. At least nobody had said anything about it. Now, the word mind, it's actually a pretty interesting word because it can be used as a verb or it could be used as a noun. So on my word map, I have the word mind here, and I have two different routes you can go with this word. At the top, I have how it was used in the story. Nobody seemed to mind if he missed work. Mind as a verb this way, and mind as a noun. So we can talk about this here. Mind as a noun could be used as in a brain. Are we talking about his brain? Nobody seemed to brain. Nobody seemed to sanity. Nobody seemed to opinion or memory. No, we know in this sense we're talking about it being used as a verb, okay? No one seemed to mind, okay? So mind here as a verb, as into no one seemed to listen, remember, obey, notice, care, watch, or note, to take note of something. So in this instance, it's as in to care, right? Nobody seemed to care, or no one was bothered by it, as in to have interest or concern. That's of no interest of mine, right? They weren't bothered, they seemed nice. Some synonyms for that would be to care, maybe to pay attention, right? And some antonyms for that would be to forget, to disregard, or overlook, right? So I thought that using this word to help explain a word from these 6 scenes helps in a few different ways. It shows how one word can look totally different when it's used as a verb or a noun, or that all words aren't always a noun. That word could be used differently depending on the context of the sentence. To sum it all up, I would say that this method of picturing language is so interactive, so unique, and I can see my 4th grade students especially loving this activity. I have a lot of visual learners. I have some students who are dyslexic learners, and so anytime that I can offer a new way for my students to engage with the text, to fall in love with the literature that is being presented, is an awesome opportunity, in my opinion. I love the idea of taking a little more time to draw out words from the text as well and see how many connections you can make with just one word to open up a whole plethora of ideas and approaches to learning and immersing within the text.